In this video, in Adobe Firefly, I'm going to show you how to create an image with text to image using a prompt, and then taking that image into video with image to video. This video is sponsored by Adobe Firefly. Okay, now in Adobe Firefly, I'm going to show you text to image. So here we are in Adobe Firefly, featured section. You can see text to image, text to video. So I just click on the image, text to image, and then I'm in this new workspace. Starting from the top left, the model says it is Firefly Image 4. You can choose Firefly Image 4 Ultra for, as it says here, superior quality and detail. You could go to an earlier version of the model, Firefly Image 3, but I do think Firefly Image 4 is pretty good. And then there are some various partner models, as you can see here. Just beware that the Firefly models, the Adobe models that you choose from, are commercially safe, whereas the partner models, they are not the same. They do go out, scout, say, information or images from the internet, whereas Adobe commits to not doing that. So if you were to hit commercially safe, you would get a further explanation, but it's commercially safe, relevant to images that are from the engineers and from the stock, Adobe stock. Okay, so lots of options, but from the top, in general settings, just Firefly Image 4. I can choose the size, so the aspect ratio. Instead of landscape, maybe I'll make it a square, 1:1. But as you can see, there's a lot of options. And then under content type, you choose if it's going to be like a photo or art. I'm going to choose art. There's also an auto selection. And then visual intensity, if you go here, it tells you that it adjusts the overall intensity of existing visual characteristics in your image. Just makes it more intense. And then under here, under composition, you have composition reference. So you can add an image or browse the gallery. I think I'll do that a little bit later. And then under styles, that's for a style to your image. So as you can see here in the top left, you could add a neon style or add image, upload your own. Under effects, there are plenty of effects. So you have anything from Art Deco to Fauvism to film noir, which would give it kind of a subdued, semi-black and white look. To, click on techniques, you'll see there's doodle, bold lines, ink style. So lots of different options to have fun with. And yeah, underneath all, it goes into the different subsets of options. And then beyond that, when you scroll down, you have color and tone. So you can choose black and white or various kind of colors, muted color, pastel color. And then even lighting, so lots of different lighting, backlighting, golden hour, low lighting, etc., and even camera angle. Lots of options, but I'm just going to keep it simple for now. And you go to the prompt and down at the bottom middle, and you can either type it in or paste. I'm going to paste it in. Hit the generate button, bottom right. It's going to give you 4 different variations with that Firefly 4 model, Firefly Image 4 model. Pretty cool. So yeah, so my prompt was surreal and dreamy collage, thinking man, earthly colors. And so if you click on it, you get a larger preview. You can just hit the right arrow. I'm going to like this one. So I'm going to download it, top right. And so anytime you click on an image, you can see top right, download. If you hover over the PS that is open in Photoshop Web, you can also click top left for edit options, where you can, that's where we'll be going into generate video. You can also do generative fill, generate similar, etc., or create a design, which will take you into Adobe Express. And then at the bottom left, you can vote up or down on your own image, and then share options. You can submit it to gallery, or copy your image first, or submit to gallery. If I say submit to gallery, submits my name with the image to the Firefly gallery, where people can kind of like it, or if they click on it, they can access the text prompt and create a similar image. So I'm submitting my image, and then they kind of vote on it to decide if it'll go in the gallery. And then you can also favorite it, so it'll be in your favorites gallery. So I hit the close button, top right, and then I'm just kind of taking a look at some of the others. Okay, so yeah, I like this one. It's not really kind of the style that I thought it would be, but I like it maybe even more. And then so therefore from here, I just say edit, generate video, and then I go into the generate video room or workspace. Welcome to generate video. And so in the generate video area, I go to the general settings, and there's Firefly video, top left. So that's the defaults. And then you can also see that there are partner models, VO2, VO3. But just remember that the Firefly is commercially safe, related to Adobe stock and their own library, not reaching out into the internet and just taking images at random. So that's general. And then resolution, I like it to be better quality, so I go to 1080p or 720p. 540p is a little too low. And then to keep the image similar, I go to the square aspect ratio, 24 frames per second. The duration defaults to 5 seconds per now. And then you have different camera options, zoom in, zoom out, etc. And then there's a seed option. If you know how to deal with the seed number, you can research that and change that as you go. But as you can see here, there's the preview of the image I brought in, and then I describe what I want. So I want it to be the activity, and so it's clouds float around, eyes of the large face in the middle blinks, overall colors change. And so I hit generate, and then there's a cute little emoji you see here in the top middle. And as it reminds you to keep the browser tab open, and your video will load momentarily. If you close that tab, it will clear your browser session and all video progress will be lost. So keep this open and be patient. You can see here in this preview, there's a little bit of a blue circle progress. So we're about halfway there now. And it tends to jump, so halfway will jump to 3/4 and then to a full render. But it's pretty good, pretty fast. So Firefly video set to 1080p, aspect ratio of square. And just to remind you again, you can also choose widescreen, vertical, or square, depending on, say, your original image, if you use that as a reference. And the prompt is clouds float around, comma, eyes of the large face in the middle blinks, overall colors change from vibrant to earthy. So let's see if that, so here it is, and there's the preview. So just click, and oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, the eyes open, and play it again. You can see the clouds up top floating by. Very nice. So yeah, generate video in Adobe Firefly. Additionally, I wanted to show that if you are in the text image area and say you have this one image and you wanted a variation on it, you can reference going back to that composition. So they're looking left, straightforward, 3/4, different kind of poses or turns of the head. But here I can just say reference. Under composition, I can go to a specific folder and I can choose an image that I worked on. Also in a comparative AI program such as Leonardo. And so you can see under the prompt, it says composition reference. So I hit generate and everything else will keep the same settings. I keep the same prompt, surreal and dreamy collage, thinking man, earthly colors. Pretty fast. And so this is the first 4, and then after it references my reference image to give it that left focused profile. So I might say I kind of like this top right image, but yet this composition is better for me. So yeah, pretty cool. Text to image in Adobe Firefly with a reference image.